Hey, it's Jeremy. So, in this video, I just want to talk about really what I would recommend somebody in general, anybody in general, if they were maybe transitioning to raw food, or heck, let's just take it as a case of if they were going to go overnight, or versus if they were going to transition. So first, let's start with my favorite idea, which is overnight, and I realize that a lot of people may not be able to do that. Most people can't just jump overnight. They may have like detox reactions or whatever, right? Or they may feel ungrounded, or they may not have the foundation set to go overnight. So let's just take this as a rare case. If you were to go overnight, I would recommend, drum roll, I would just recommend focusing on fruits. Just fruits, just especially if it's summertime, like right now. It's about to be summer, it's still closer to the beginning of springtime. But as the time goes, the season is just going to be changing quickly. And we're going to be getting more abundance of the juicy stuff, like even more mangoes, even more melons. Wherever you live, I don't know, but papayas. If you live in the tropics, you guys have all sorts of stuff already. But the point is it's the fruits, the mono-mealing. The mono-mealing, and especially if you put that in a blender, blend that stuff up, you're gonna be getting all of the water inside of those fruits, and it's the best water you can get is directly from the fruit. So that's tons of hydration for your cells, hydrating the tract, your digestive tract, your colon, loosening up the fecal matter that's been stuck and compacted in there for years. Who knows how long, right? Depending on how long you've been alive, eating the standard American diet, whatever it is, eating your mama's delicious cooked food. Who knows, man? You can have anything. It just compacts over time, basically. It gets dry because you're eating the cooked food. A lot of cooked food doesn't have the hydration. It doesn't have the enzymes. So it's the fruit. But you may be thinking, what kind of fruits? Now reverse a little bit. Going back to what I was saying before, it's those hydrating fruits that we want. The juicy mangoes, the melons, the watermelon, the citruses, the delicious citruses that are going to be stripping off the fat, especially if you're overweight, right? If that's your goal, great. Focus on more citrus, and don't focus necessarily on calories, just eat in abundance. Eat as much. Don't worry about tracking. That's if you're overweight, of course, right? But that's a whole other idea. If you're overweight, you want to be focused on, well, how am I going to feel? First, get that mindset in there. How do I want to feel? Focus on your why. Why am I doing this? I want to feel vibrant and thriving for my whole life, And then you can have the strategy. The strategy comes in of, how do I get rid of the weight naturally and in a good way? And then, just, focusing on the mono meals, because the more simple things are in your body, the more you're giving your body the rest it needs to naturally heal itself, really. Once you get out of the way, it starts healing itself. You're healing yourself, but it's really your body. It's your body that's doing the work. You're just getting out of the way, really. This freaking amazing body of ours, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful from the top to the bottom, in and out. It is beautiful. So that's what I would do overnight. I would just get on the fruits, and I would just I wouldn't juice. I would do the opposite of juicing, which is blending. I would blend, and that's it. I would make simple smoothies. Maybe 1 to 2 fruits if I was going to do the smoothies, or 1 fruit even. That's even better. Especially mangoes. So you can go on mangoes, for instance, for a long time. Now, the reason I say just fruits is because, like I said, it's easier on the body, but it's going to be moving out the crud that's been there for years, like I was mentioning. And now let's talk about the transition. If you were to transition, which is usually most people, right? Start out where, let's just say you're still on standard American diet. Focus on plant-based for the first, 3 weeks. Get on there for like 3 weeks, maybe a month. If you're gonna do a month, I think that's a good time. That's about the average it takes somebody to get on plant-based, clean plant-based from the standard American diet. And of course, there's gonna be some addictions there, but that's where you need the support. But aside from the addictions, aside from those things that are gonna take us off track, what you want to do is have a step-by-step in your mind and have it written down where you're like, okay, here's some ideas for my meals. Do some meal prepping. Maybe it's all the way from your breakfast is a raw, your lunch is raw, and then your dinner is maybe clean cooked with a lot of raw. This way, you're still getting a lot of raw, you're still getting your cooked food that you enjoy right now, but you want to think of it as not holding on to that cooked food. You don't want to be like, okay, I love it, so I'm going to have a little bit of it, and then I'm transitioning, that's okay. But what you really want to get in the mindset of is, okay, the reason the cooked food, I don't want it, is because of the dehydration, because I'm not going to be getting as many minerals, because my digestion is not going to be as well, on and on, all these things. So you want to eat as much raw as possible while you are going throughout the day, That way you have no more room for the cooked in the first place. And maybe what you might be able to do is make something raw that sort of makes you remember the taste of those cooked foods. But yeah, this is sort of like a transition. And from that, while you're doing this transition, think of it as, okay, I'm going to have my solid fruits and then even move into more of like, say, smoothies. Because when you have the smoothie, again, like I said before, always moving into that form of eating and consuming where you're pre-digesting things, so your body's resting and it's just focused on healing. And it's really straightforward, but it's the foundation. Yeah, but like I was saying, it's really straightforward, but it's those foundations that once you set them, then you're in it for the long haul. And that's where people get caught up, is the foundation setting. They might crave something and then they fall back. They crave something and then fall back. It's like you have all this beautiful progress that you've made and then you just slipping back. And it's not about beating ourselves up. It's just about going, hey, what is it that I want? What is it that I truly, truly want? And how do I feel? You usually think back. If you're doing it right, if you're eating enough, you're filling up on enough fruits. You're not filling up on the nuts and seeds and all the fats, like too much fat. You go, hey, I was feeling awesome on raw. I think I'm gonna dig this. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep going and going and going. And sooner or later, you're gonna be like a light bulb that's just poof, lighting off, and your family's gonna be like, whoa. But just asking yourself, what do you want? That's it. And some other things I would do is maybe in the beginning I would do some bowel cleansing, maybe some enemas, maybe a couple enemas in the beginning. Don't overdo it, you don't have to go wild about it. Just in the beginning to get things moving, and maybe supporting your organs with some herbs, like your colon, like using charcoal. I know it's not an herb, but like activated charcoal. But there's different herbs for your liver and your kidneys. But that stuff is the extra fine tuning. it's the fruits. It's the fruits, the astringent fruits especially, that are really gonna be pulling on the nasty crud inside of you. And once you're gonna be feeling a hell of a lot better, and the stagnation in your brain is gonna be gone. You're just gonna feel great. You're gonna feel alive. You're gonna feel that energy. Your skin's gonna start clearing up. I used to have horrible acne. You might have seen my post, I don't know, but oh my gosh, my acne was horrible. It's all over my shoulders, it's all over my chest. Whew, it was bad. So yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. I'd just get on the fruit. I'd focus as much as I can on the fruit. Yeah, so after focusing on the fruit, it's then that I would start focusing on adding in the other things and refining. That's what I call it, refining, making sure that you're performing at peak for performance, so you can have long-term success. You know, making sure you're getting in the right fats, making sure you're getting in the right micronutrients, because our soil is depleted nowadays of nutrients. And yeah, just making sure that you're getting all your marks hit right, you know. Yeah, it's for everybody, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to be a transition, and that's realistic, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's just a video about what I would do at the beginning if I were to go back. I would transition, and there's probably another part 2 I might do of this video of what I would do if I went back and had to restart. And yeah, so part 2 after this video. Stay around for it. And yeah, peace and love. Keep living from the heart. Stay grounded. Get into nature. Put your hands and feet out here onto the ground, out onto the grass. Fresh air. And remember, it's a holistic lifestyle. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've been eating tons of fruit.